This is my 2008 Honda Civic Si. I bought this car about 6 months ago. Right after I bought it, I made a post on Reddit to the Si forums about my experience that I had. I had a 2018 Honda Civic Si that I traded in for a 2008 Honda Civic Si. And to my surprise, the feedback that I got on that forum was amazing. I was surprised to see that everybody was really pleased with my decision. I didn't make this decision for them, but I wanted to see what they had to say. Now, originally, I wasn't planning on making this video, but one of the comments on that post asked for a comparison between the two. And I thought, that's a really great idea. So that's what this video is. Now, quick disclaimer, a lot of this video was actually filmed 6 months ago, right after I bought the car. My thoughts were fresh then. I had just sold the 2018, so a lot of the things that I had to say were still fresh on my mind. Fast forward 6 months, I still have it, obviously. We'll jump back to now after you guys hear everything I had to say 6 months ago when I bought this car originally. So just a little bit of background for you guys. I drive about an hour, sometimes more, to work every day. So I need something that gets really good gas mileage, but I'm also a car enthusiast. So originally, I went and bought this 2018 Honda Civic Si. I got it about a year ago. I didn't make any videos on the channel with it because I was mostly just using it to drive to and from work. And to be frank, it did that really, really well. That car got about 40 miles to the gallon on average, and that was with me being a hot boy with it and driving it around really fast. While I was on the hunt for that car, I was looking specifically for a Civic Si. I wasn't looking for a 2018, but I had my eyes open. I was open to a 2018, 2019, basically a 10th gen Civic Si. What I really wanted was an 8th gen Si. And all the ones that I kept seeing on there were all clapped out, lots of miles, not very well taken care of, except for one. There was one that I went to go look at, had about 67,000 miles on it. It was a 2008. It was really clean. Anyways, long story short, person ended up buying it out from underneath me, and I didn't even get a chance to go even drive it. So I was kind of bummed out, but it was between that car and my 2018 Civic that I had. So I went and I got that car. I owned that 2018 Civic Si for about a year. I found this specific car. I traded in my 2018 Honda Civic Si for this 2008 Honda Civic Si. Now, let's go over some of the differences between the two. Elephant in the room, yes, it's obviously an older car. It has a lot more miles than my previous car did. The 2018 had 77,000 miles on it when I traded it in. This car, as it sits right now, has about 222,000 miles. I know that's a lot, but this was a one-owner vehicle. I was given the Carfax with it, and this car is very clean. So let's go ahead and dig into the comparison between the two. I'll start out with creature comforts. I don't think it's to anyone's surprise that the newer 2018 was far superior in this category. One thing that I will really miss is the keyless entry, so you didn't have to unlock it or anything. All you had to do was put your hand on the handle and it would automatically unlock, and then you could open it, and it had push to start, so obviously no keys, so you just had to have the key fob with you to get in and out of the vehicle and to lock the vehicle and to start the vehicle. That was really nice, and I am gonna miss that. As far as creature comforts go for this 2008 Civic, it's pretty bare bones. It has, AC heater like every normal car would. It has two little key fobs on it that unlock, panic, lock, open the trunk, the basics. It has an auxiliary port for your phone, which is definitely dated a little bit by now. Other than that, that's kind of the extent to the creature comforts of the 2008. So the 2018 definitely wins in this department because yes, it is a newer car. It's had a lot more time for technology. It has a lot more time for development. So obviously the 2018 wins here in the creature comforts. That being said though, this little car is very comfortable. It's very quiet, the AC works great, the heater works. In terms of what you actually need, this 2008 is great. The 2018 was better, but the 2008 is good. Kind of branching off of the creature comforts, I have a little list here of things that kind of drove me insane while I was driving this car. The biggest thing is the AC controls on the 2018 Honda Civic can only be accessed through the touchscreen infotainment center. That drove me nuts. I can't change the fan speed, I can't turn on the AC, I can't do any of that unless I go into the infotainment screen, which is not super fast. That infuriated me. I think I speak for most people when I say leave the knobs. Keep the knobs in the vehicle so we can change things with a physical knob. Going off of that, there was no volume knob for this car for the radio. I know they changed that in the later years of the 10th gen. I think it was the 2020 is when they included a volume knob. But this is more frustrating than I thought it would be, especially when you're in drive-thrus or something. Yes, you have the volume knob on the steering wheel, but it's not a knob, it's just a little button that you push up or down and volume goes up and down. And there's this pathetic touchscreen volume knob on the infotainment center that is just terrible, absolutely terrible. I know that's a common complaint with other 10th gen owners, and I am right there with them. So to finish this comparison with the inside experience and atmosphere of the two vehicles, the 2018 was arguably more comfortable, but the 2008 just works. Alright, so now let's move on to how the two vehicles handled, how they felt to drive. So the 10th gen Civic, a blast. It was a really fun car to drive through corners and through the mountains. The handling, I don't know what Honda did, but they absolutely nailed the handling of the 10th gen Civic. It has the automatic dampening struts, which were really nice. And you could tell a huge difference between putting it into sport mode and whatever the comfort or soft mode was called. It stiffened up the ride, increased the throttle response. It really just made it that much better. The 8th gen Civic, not really much of that has been lost in comparison to 10th gen Civic. It is still a lot more fun to throw through the corners. I think the biggest difference between the two is the steering feel. So the 10th gen Civic has an electronic power steering pump, where the 2008 has your traditional hydraulic steering pump. The difference between the two is the 10th gen feels a little more laggy, I guess you could say. Just ever so slightly though, like you're a little less connected to the car, but it was still a really great feeling. Like it felt really good to throw around the corners. The 2008 feels a bit more mechanical, which I prefer. I wouldn't say it's better than the 10th gen, but it's still very good and it's still really fun to throw around corners. Another thing worthy of mentioning is the shifting feel. Honda probably has the gold star in terms of shifting feel of most car manufacturers. I know there's some out there that I haven't driven that I've heard are great. Honda really knows how to make a great shifter. The 10th gen shifter transmission was awesome. It was smooth, it was precise, you could feel when you were in gear, there was no doubt about it. It was really fun to row through the gears. The 8th gen Civic is also great, honestly. I would actually give the 10th gen Civic the edge here in terms of shift feel, because the shifter was incredible. This one in the 8th gen is still really good, but it's just not as crisp as the 10th gen was. Okay, so moving on to probably one of the biggest reasons why I traded in my 10th gen for the 8th gen, and that would be the engine. In the 10th gen Civics, they came with Honda's L15 inline-4 turbocharged engine. They made about 205 horsepower at the crank and something like 190, 192 torque at the crank. In the 8th gen, we have the K20Z3. It is one of the variants of the K series. This is one aspect that I wasn't expecting between the two. The newer car I felt was going to be a lot more fun to drive and to, ring out because of the turbo, but that wasn't necessarily the case. It was fun, but it was dull. The best way for me to say what it felt like to drive with that engine was you're in a high-tech, high-dollar racing simulator, and it had all of the simulation of the movement and everything. We're talking like a high-dollar simulation. That's what it felt like to drive the 10th gen Civic with the L15 engine. With the 8th gen, you are absolutely connected to the engine. When you ring it out past I think it's 5600, and it hits that VTEC crossover, it's a whole different feeling. It brings out so much emotion in you when you're driving it. You can't even compare it. You can't compare the two. When I first took this car for the test drive and I got through that VTEC crossover, I was a little kid again. Like, I know that sounds cheesy. The K20 in this car, it just brings a smile to my face. It's so dumb and it's kind of weird to explain, but it's so fun to ring this car out past, 8,000 RPMs. I'm not going very fast. I'd be lying to you if I wasn't having a great time doing that. There's an adage out there, I don't know who said it, but it's fairly common. It's more fun to drive a slow car fast than it is to drive a fast car slow. That couldn't be more true with this 8th gen Civic. The best way for me to explain it is driving the Corvette around slowly through traffic versus driving this fast through traffic. I'm doing the same speed as the two, but I'm having more fun in the Civic. Now, this is not to knock on the L15 and the 10th gen Civic. It's a great daily driver that you need to get around town, go to work, go to school, get groceries, all while having fun. They tuned it so the turbo kicks in pretty early in the RPM range, so you actually have quite a bit of low-end torque going through town, which makes it feel like the 10th gen is faster than the 8th gen. But on paper, they make the same horsepower, but the 8th gen makes that horsepower higher up in the RPM. And now finally, the most subjective topic is look. I think the 10th gen looks really nice, really clean, really sharp edges. The 8th gen kind of blends in a little more, but I think I actually prefer the looks of the 8th gen over the 10th gen. It's very simple, it's a clean, sleek design. It's amazing how many 10th gen Civics you see out on the road. I think that about wraps up my thoughts on the comparison between the 10th gen and the 8th gen Civic. I'm really excited to have this car because it's completely stock and it was very well taken care of, which means it is an excellent platform to start from. The 8th gen is a more raw experience. It brings out the emotion in you when you're driving. The 10th gen is a better car, period. It's newer, it's safer, it gets better gas mileage. Subjectively, the 10th gen is a better car to have. For me personally, the 8th gen is the superior car to have. You guys can take that as you will, but nonetheless, I'm excited to start doing stuff to this car, and I'm excited to bring you guys along with. Welcome back to the now. So now you guys understand why I traded in my Honda Civic for my Honda Civic. So over the last 6 months of owning this car, that is a deer. Hello, you scared the crap out of me. I will throw my crock at you. Goodness. Over the last 6 months, there has only been a few things that I've had to do to this car. I've put 12,000 miles on this car, and almost every single one of them were through that canyon over there with the snow on top of the mountain. So I've been through some really crazy winters with this car. It has done flawless through all of them. Thankfully, this has traction control and ABS, so it was very safe to drive in the winter. In that time, I've changed the oil about 4 or 5 times. I've changed a few maintenance items under the hood, just some pulleys and some O2 sensors, mostly just stuff to keep me going. And I've had the hood and the 2 fenders repainted. Other than that, I still have the exhaust on there that I made a video about. If you guys haven't seen that, click up here. It is the Skunk 2 Mega Power RR exhaust. It sounds amazing, but it is very loud and I cannot drive it without the silencer in. So that exhaust is still on here, still sounds really good, still can't stand it without the silencer. And those are the reasons why I traded in my 2018 Honda Civic Si for my 2008 Honda Civic Si. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. If you guys do enjoy these videos, feel free to subscribe. And if you do enjoy this specific video, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps me out a lot. And if you guys need anything from Amazon, I'll go ahead and put the link down below. Doesn't matter what you buy, as long as it's bought through this link, I will get a small commission from that. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. You see this guy out here? You see him? Yeah, almost gave me a heart attack.